Let's talk about Wells Fargo, a wonderful institution, and let's talk about the credit card. And if you're trying to have a credit card from Wells Fargo, you got to have the right strategy, boss. And the thing is that in this conversation, what I want to do is I want to explain to you how to remove randomness from the process, how to make sure the next time you actually contact Wells Fargo for a credit card, that you are sure that you are going to get it. Okay, so let me give you the steps you need to follow. First thing first, when we talk about Wells Fargo credit card, everything starts with a relationship. I mean, I don't care. You can say you have a credit score of 800 or 900 or 1,000 for that matter. If you don't have the right relationship with Wells Fargo, this will be very difficult. The thing is that Wells Fargo tends to be one of those institutions that really values relationships. Okay, so when we talk about relationship, I'm not talking to you about having a Wells Fargo account for 20 years or 30 years. No, as we do, our team members do. But no, if you have, let's say, 1 or 2 years relationship, that's a good start. Okay, so it's really important to think about your relationship with them. You want to think about your income. In terms of income, they're not really complicated. I mean, Wells Fargo will take you if you have, let's say, about 18 grand a year. We're speaking about gross income. So that 18 grand a year, that's about what? $1,500. Not really that, it's decent. So if you are making $18,000 gross income a year, you can get a credit card from Wells Fargo. Not a problem. But Wells Fargo pays attention a lot to your CUR and your DTI. In other words, you got to really control how you spend money, right? The charges you put on the credit card, so that in the end, your CUR is not really that high. And everybody will tell you, hey, when it comes to CUR, we want to see your ass around 35%. And we actually go a little further. We are telling you, try to be around 30%. The lower the better. This is really important, okay? So, boss, let me ask you 2 questions. Do you have a relationship with Wells Fargo? That's number 1. Number 2, what is your CUR at? Your CUR and the ancillary, the related metric, that's the DTI. Where are you at? Where are you at? Let's have a conversation about that. Okay. Now, Wells Fargo actually uses all 3 credit bureaus. Okay, they have no preference for real. People will tell you, well, Wells Fargo pulls, they pulled my TransUnion. Others will tell you they pulled my Equifax. Others will tell you they pulled my Experian. In our experience, in the last 30 to 35 years, we see that Wells Fargo actually is, depending on the states you're applying from, they can pull anything. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. And I'm just having a quick conversation with you about Wells Fargo, okay? And one thing I want to say when it comes to Wells Fargo here is that you need to understand, and Wells Fargo is very flexible, okay? And it's really important to understand that if you have a FICO score of 600, they'll take care of you. I mean, people say, well, if I have a bad credit, can I still qualify for a Wells Fargo credit card? Yes, you can qualify, assuming that you have a relationship and assuming that you are able to actually justify what happened in the first place. Why did you have the bad credit in the first place? That's what we love about Wells Fargo. They allow you to contextualize the conversation. Like, let's say, well, you're probably right now around 580. And Wells Fargo is telling you, we want applicants who are around 650. Okay. Now their delta, the gap between 650 to 580, that 70-point delta, how do you justify what happened? See, it's all about contextualizing the conversation. It's all about explaining to Wells Fargo, hey, listen, stuff happens, and you also need to look at how far ago was the problem. Like if you missed payments, if you have some collections, if you have issues with your account, it has to be at least far enough, okay? And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. The topic I'm discussing with you, I'm just having a quick convo with you about Wells Fargo. What is the best credit card strategy that you can actually use so that when you apply, the next time you apply for Wells Fargo credit card, you get it right off the bat. Now, don't try to really look for the easiest Wells Fargo credit card to get. I mean, if you were to ask me, what is the easiest credit card ever to get at Wells Fargo or any institution? Well, I'll tell you, that's the secure credit card. Because secure credit card, you just putting your cash down, and the credit card issuer is giving you a card based on the deposit you make, right? But so the most important question, the more important question is, what are you going to use the card for? In other words, are you looking for a cashback credit card? Are you looking are you looking for a card, a Wells Fargo card, to actually take care of grocery purchases, to have a dining, a Saturday afternoon with your wife or husband, or you want to bring the kids to a vacation in Punta Cana. So Punta Cana, those are things you really need to think about. What are you going to use the card for? Let me give you a few pro tips. If your goal is to get a Wells Fargo credit card, the first thing you need to do here is to really, first, I think I've already said that, you need to start establishing a relationship with the institution, okay? And when we talk about establishing a relationship, I'm talking for real. Like, don't you try to play games and trying to say, I'm going to keep my accounts. I'm going to keep a very tiny ass account with Wells Fargo. Let's say I'm just leaving like $1,000 in their account, and I'm keeping 10 grand or 20 grand or 40 grand with Citi. I'm keeping 50 grand with Chase. I'm keeping 45 grand with Truist, and a lot more with PNC and US Bank and whatnot. And I'm only keeping $1,000 with Wells Fargo. This is a disproportionate amount. So what I'm trying to say here is that you really want to show Wells Fargo that you are for real. For example, you could try to actually have your direct deposit. Okay, if you're getting paid every 2 weeks, you want to have your direct deposit either partially or totally with Wells Fargo. So they want to see that. You want to update your record, your income record. So you probably have when you started with Wells Fargo, probably you were making 40 grand or 50 grand 10 years ago, and time passed, and thank God you're making more money now. So you want to make sure that you share the good news with Wells Fargo. You got to share that good news, boss. Okay. So what I want you to do right now, when this show is over, I want you to go into your Wells Fargo dashboard, and there is a place where it says income. So you got to really update that section, and you want to put the right numbers. Okay. And please don't lie, because if they were to ask you, to produce your W-2 and 1099 or your tax return, you want the numbers to match, okay? So think about your direct deposit. Think about your CUR. Think about the best card for you. What is the best card for you? What is the card that you really need, okay? So this is important. Don't apply for a card. So if you're looking for a balanced transfer credit card. Sorry about that. If you're looking for a balanced transfer credit card, make sure that you are applying for the right credit card, okay? But by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you again of today's topic. I'm having a quick convo with you about the best Wells Fargo credit card strategy that you can actually implement right now. Let me give you a winner here. So in this category, I really want to talk to you about the different types of Wells Fargo credit card and the credit cards depending on the strategy you want to have, okay? Let's first talk about the Wells Fargo Reflect card. In our view, based on our experience, and we have actually reviewed Wells Fargo credit cards over many years, if you're looking for a balanced transfer credit card, let's say you have a huge balance that you are just trying to transfer to Wells Fargo, maybe because last Christmas you actually charged a huge new TV set on your Citi or Chase or Truist card, and that loan is just that charge on that credit card is just killing you right now because they're just charging you 20% whatever. You can transfer the balance to the Wells Fargo the Wells Fargo Reflect credit card. Okay, now this card has no annual fee. We love that a lot. The regular APR goes from 17.74% to 29.74%. Okay, but the cool thing here is that you have a generous introductory APR period for purchases and qualifying balance transfers. And here we're speaking about, guess what, boss? You would not believe it. It's just crazy. It's crazily high, but it is true. True story. Wells Fargo is giving you 18 months. Think about that. 18 months where you have 0% APR. Nothing's happening here. You can charge whatever, and this 0% applies to purchases and balance transfers. So you have flexibility here. Okay, this is really cool, and so we love that a lot. And so the only thing we don't like with this card is that there is no rewards program or welcome bonus. I mean, when you think about the Reflect is a pure balance transfer play. Don't use the reflect for anything else. Just use the reflect for balance transfers. And please make sure you pay the whole the full amount before the intro period is over, because after the intro period is over, they're charging you 17.74 all the way to 29.74. That's huge. Okay. And another thing I would like here is that basically you are able to get up to $600 of cell phone protection against damage or theft when you pay your monthly cell phone bill with your eligible Wells Fargo card. Now, let me share with you another card here. So when we talk about Wells Fargo credit card strategy for the average cardholder, if you are looking for a pure flat rate cashback play, if that's the only thing you care about right now in your life, and you probably have a family situation or your personal situation where you just want to have a cashback credit card from Wells Fargo, you want to go for the active cash card. Okay, this is a card that allows you to earn unlimited 2% cashback on purchases. On top of that, what we love here is that there is a welcome bonus of $200. Okay, and so the APR goes from 19.74% to 24.74%. Okay, and so this is kind of cool, especially the 2%. I mean, in our view, this is just bonanza. It's just fantastic, especially because there is no limit. Okay, it's unlimited 2% cash rewards rate on purchases, and on top of that, the active cash card does not charge any annual fee. So this is kind of cool. And so what we love here is that we love the fact that this card is really, really competitive when it comes to the best flat rate cashback cards in the market. Okay, and so you have cell phone protection benefits, and this card, do not use this card for balance transfer. Okay, because first of all, the intro period is smaller. They're actually charging you 0% for 15 months. But what we don't like here is that they charge you a balance transfer fee. Okay, and this card, on top of that, doesn't have any travel transfer partners. But so when you think about the active, don't use the active for anything else but balance transfers. Okay, not balance transfers. Sorry about that. For cashback transactions. So reflect balance transfers, active cashback. Okay, and one thing we love about this card is that you don't have to keep track of categories. I mean, there are no categories to track or remember, and cash rewards do not expire as long as your account remains open. So this is kind of cool. That flexibility is really good. And on top of that, you can enjoy a premium collection of benefits at a selection of the world's most intriguing and prestigious hotel properties. So if you love traveling like me, you will love this feature from Wells Fargo. Speaking of traveling, let's talk about the best Wells Fargo credit card for travel rewards. So if you love traveling like me, and you just want to have a Wells Fargo credit card that will really allow you to collect your rewards over time, you want to go for the Built World Elite MasterCard. This is a card that allows you to get up to 3x rewards. Okay, so you have 1x on rent payments with no fees on up to 50,000 points each calendar year, and then you have 2x points on travel. Okay, so this is kind of cool, and so there's no annual fee. The regular APR actually depends. Okay, but what we love here with this card is that you earn rewards on rent. You have the primary car rental and cell phone insurance are available on this card. Okay, and what we love here is that you just need to make sure that you are meeting the requirements, because some of the cons that we don't like with this card is that they want you to have 5 card transactions per month to earn rewards. So they have set the bar already at 5 minimum. So this is something that can actually work for some people and not work for others. And the card has no welcome bonus though. Okay, and in terms of the regular APR, this card has a high regular APR. We're talking about 29.74%. But yeah, overall, this is a great card. I mean, a lot of consumers will have it. A lot of our team members have the card. Okay, what we love with the card is that you are actually earning points when you make transactions all the time. But remember, I just said you gotta have at least 5 transactions per month. Okay. So you have 1x points on rent payments. You have 2x points on travel when booked directly with an airline, hotel, car rental, or a cruise company. You have 3x on dining. You have, in addition to that, you have 1x points on all other purchases. You have cell phone protection. You have purchase protection. You have the World Elite Concierge service from MasterCard. You have DoorDash credit. You have and you have no foreign transaction fee. So overall, this is just a fantastic card if you're interested in having those travel rewards. So this is a great play if you want to go with the rewards. Now, let me ask you a question. What if you are interested in everyday rewards, not about traveling, not about cashback, but just everyday rewards? Which Wells Fargo card should you go for? Okay, well, I have the answer for you. You want to use the autograph. It's a new card that just came out a few months ago. Wonderful card, okay? This card allows you to earn unlimited 3x points on the things that really add up. Things like restaurants, travel, gas stations, transit, popular streaming. Okay, so you have a constellation of categories there, and so you have a welcome bonus of 20,000 bonus points, and the regular APR goes from 17.74 to 29.74. And so we love the fact that we love the flexibility here. We love the fact that with the autograph, you are able to have a no annual fee, no foreign transaction fee. Okay, you have an intro APR period. You have plentiful rewards points categories. This is really good. Okay, and protections include cell phone insurance also. Now, this is another card. You don't want to use this card for balance transfers. Not at all. Even though the card allows you to have 0% intro APR for 12 months when account opening on purchases, don't use it for balance transfers. What I want to say here is that this is a card really for those players, those consumers who want to have a pure everyday rewards play. If you want to collect automatically and just like if you want your rewards collection to be on autopilot every single time you swap your card, this is the card you want to actually go after. Okay, Donnie, do you go to restaurants often with your children, with your significant other, with your family members overall, like your extended family members? And one thing I want to say here is that you want to make sure that you have another credit card, another Wells Fargo credit card or another credit card, so you can complement this, okay? Because again, the card here is only great for rewards. What if you wanted pure travel rewards? What if you are looking for something a little extra? This card is not going to give you this, okay? This card is kind of limited when you exit I would say it's the main, okay? That's the proper word here, and so you want to have another full spot, so you can probably have maybe the active cash card for flat rate cashback, so you can couple it with the autograph. Another card, and this is the last one I want to share with you in today's conversation. This is if you are looking for a Wells Fargo credit card for free hotel nights. Okay, now hotel nights. So you have the hotel.com rewards Visa credit card, and this card is a co-branded credit card. So Wells Fargo is not really they're running the card, they're running the show, so to speak, but it's basically a hotels.com credit card. Okay, so this card is great if you're looking for a free hotel nights. Okay, and the card allows you to have up to 1x reward rate. So this is kind of cool. So there is a welcome bonus whereby you get 3 reward nights, 3 every year. Okay, not every year. It's a one-time thing when you get welcome. The regular APR goes from 18.74% to 26.74%. So you do have flexibility there. Okay, and so this hotel.com credit card offers a solid rewards, but does so in a particularly complex way. So for those who stay in hotels at least a few times a year, are now loyal to a specific brand, and are willing to book through hotels.com, the hotels.com credit card is worth considering. So you can see that if you were to go with this credit card, you're kind of like you have to be within you have to be within a hotels.com, their ecosystem. Now, if you love that brand, if you love the way they work, then this shouldn't be a problem for you. Okay. Another thing I want to say here is that this credit card is kind of cool because it comes with first year elite status, which unlocks enhanced benefits. There are no foreign transaction fees. There's no annual fee. You have cell phone protection. Okay. And one thing I also need to remind you here is that the only thing we don't like with this card, I mean, actually, there are 2 or 3 things we don't like, is that you must maximize the value of the rewards night to achieve full value. Okay, so they kind of impose a condition for you to unlock the rewards here, and so not every hotel is eligible for a reward certificate redemption. So if you happen to have one of your favorite hotels at your favorite locations, and they are not part of this hotels.com scheme, this could be a problem. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about the best Wells Fargo credit card strategy that you can implement right now. So I actually quickly just explained to you how to get a credit card from Wells Fargo, the conditions, the bureau that they actually pulled from, okay? And I give you a few tips in terms of increasing your credit limit with Wells Fargo, how many Wells Fargo credit cards you can have, and then I just walk through all the different credit cards that you might want to consider depending on the strategy you want to have. So if you are trying to look for a balanced transfer Wells Fargo credit card, you go with the Reflect. If you're looking for a cashback Wells Fargo credit card, go with the Active Cash. If you're looking for, let's say, travel rewards credit card from Wells Fargo, go with the Bill World Elite MasterCard. If you're looking for an everyday rewards credit card, go with the Autograph. And the last one is if you are looking for a travel rewards credit card from Wells Fargo, go with a co-branded hotels.com credit card. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.